You know that feeling, right? That almost automatic reach for your phone.
Oh, definitely.
Especially, I think, for teens, young adults.
Yeah.
Scrolling social media is just, well, it's always there.
It really is. It's the backdrop to so much.
Yeah, it's where you connect, see what's trending, what everyone's up to.
Mm.
But have you ever felt just a bit, I don't know, off after
Yeah.
being online?
Yes. Like a subtle pressure, maybe. Something you can't quite name.
Exactly. And if you felt that, you're definitely not the only one.
That's a really common experience. The promise is connection, but the reality can sometimes bring these, well, unexpected strains. Mentally, emotionally.
And that is precisely what we are digging into today. We've been looking closely at the Under the Scroll Navigating Social Media Pressure episode. It's from Inner Light Teen Edition.
Ah, yes. They did a great job looking at platforms like, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat.
Right, and how they feed into these pressures. So our mission here, for you listening, is to pull out those practical tools.
Yeah, actionable things, strategies to help you build a healthier relationship with it all, moving away from constantly needing likes.
And more towards being mindful, intentional online.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Okay, so first big question, why? Why does social media feel so magnetic sometimes? It's
Yeah.
more than just apps, isn't it?
It really is. And the Inner Light episode dives into the design itself. These platforms, fundamentally, they're often built for maximum engagement.
Engagement first.
Pretty much. Think about it. The notifications, that endless scroll,
yeah.
it's unpredictable, right? And that unpredictability triggers dopamine in your brain.
The pleasure chemical.
Precisely. It reinforces the behavior, creates this loop, you get a little hit of satisfaction maybe from a like, and it keeps you coming back for more.
Huh. It really is like having a little slot machine in your pocket then.
That's a great analogy, actually. Each notification, each like is a potential little win.
And they encourage you to chase those wins, don't they? Get more likes, more followers. It can feel
Right.
pretty consuming.
Absolutely. And the episode also talks about FOMO, fear of missing out. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah. You see everyone else's, amazing curated life.
Exactly. These highlight reels of parties, vacations, whatever, and suddenly your own perfectly fine reality feels a bit lacking.
Totally. I think we've all felt that sting. Your quiet night in suddenly feels boring because someone posted beach photos. It's sneaky.
It is. And the algorithms, they play a huge part here, too. They're designed to keep you hooked, to keep you scrolling.
So they feed you stuff they think you'll react to.
Right. Which often means stuff that's novel or maybe emotionally charged. That isn't always, let's be honest, good for your overall well-being. They learn what keeps you looking, and they just give you more of it.
Wow. Okay, so it's not just in your head if you scroll and then feel kind of deflated. The Inner Light episode says there are real reasons.
Very real reasons.
So what are some of those specific emotional tolls? What happens inside when we're exposed to this constantly?
Well, the episode points out a few key negative consequences. A really significant one is lower self-esteem.
From comparing yourself.
Exactly, that constant social comparison. You see these idealized, often heavily filtered versions of others, their lives, their looks.
And you measure yourself against it and come up short.
Yeah, that feeling of not enough, not pretty enough, not fun enough, not successful enough, whatever it is for you, it can really chip away at your confidence.
I can see that. And then there's the flip side, right? Anxiety about your own posts.
Precisely. Worrying how it'll land, how many likes it'll get, stressing about follower counts. It feeds into this performance anxiety.
I mean, that anxiety, can it lead to bigger things? Like feeling more isolated?
It can, yeah. The episode links it potentially to depression and feelings of isolation, which is ironic, isn't it? You're supposedly connected online.
But it feels superficial.
Right. It can leave you feeling disconnected from genuine connection and just inadequate compared to these online personas.
And the filters. We have to talk about the filters and editing tools. They must really mess with body image, especially for younger people.
Oh, hugely. The Inner Light episode really highlights this. Constant exposure to beauty standards that are often, frankly, unattainable. It can seriously distort how you see your own body.
And it adds to that pressure to perform, right? To present this perfect, maybe even fake version of yourself.
Exactly. This polished, curated life for everyone to see.
Like everyone's editing their own movie trailer, showing only the best bits.
That's a perfect way to put it. And it's so crucial to remember that's all you're seeing. Just the highlight reel.
Not the boring bits, the tough times, the messy reality.
None of that usually makes the cut, but it's part of everyone's life.
So how do you know? How can you tell if the social media pressure is actually getting to you? The Inner Light episode had some good self-check questions, didn't it?
It did. Really useful questions to raise your awareness about your own patterns. Like, here's a big one. Do you often feel worse about yourself after you've been scrolling?
Oof, that's a direct hit. Okay, what else?
What about that comparison habit? Are you constantly measuring your life or your body or your stuff against what others post online?
Hmm. Yeah.
And here's another indicator. Have you ever deleted a post because it didn't get enough likes or comments?
Guilty. I think many people might be.
It suggests your self-worth might be getting tangled up in those external numbers, you know?
Yeah. And just checking your phone all the time, like compulsively, even when you don't need to.
That's another sign. That frequent, almost automatic checking. It could mean you're relying on it for validation or maybe just a feeling of connection.
Okay, and one more.
Yeah, think about why you post. Is it mostly for genuine sharing, for connection? Or is it maybe more about getting approval, seeking attention?
Right, so if you're nodding along, saying yes to a few of those.
The episode suggests it might be a really good time to just, step back and reevaluate your relationship with social media. No judgment, just awareness.
Okay, so awareness is step one. But then what? How do we actually take back some control? What are the practical steps?
Right, the how-tos. The episode gives some really concrete strategies. First one, curate your feed. Be intentional, meaning actively unfollow accounts that consistently make you feel bad. Envious, inadequate, anxious, whatever it is.
Tidying up your digital house. If it sparks negativity, thank it and let it go.
Exactly. Marie Kondo your feed. And on the flip side, actively follow accounts that inspire you, that promote authenticity, make you feel good.
Okay, that makes sense. Declutter and refill with positivity. What's next?
Boundaries, setting real limits on your screen time.
Uh-oh, the tough one.
It can be, but start small. Use your phone's tools maybe. Set daily time limits for specific apps. The episode even suggested aiming for something like maybe 30 minutes a day as a starting point.
30 minutes, okay, that might feel like a leap for some.
Yeah.
What about smaller steps?
Totally. Even just having, say, 1 hour a day that's completely screen-free. Or avoiding social media for the first hour after you wake up and the last hour before bed.
Oh, I like that one. Bookending the day without the scroll.
It can make a huge difference to your mindset. Calmer start, better sleep, potentially. Another tactic is create before you consume.
Create before consume. What does that mean?
It means before you dive into checking your feeds, do something active or creative or grounding first. Write, draw, go for a walk, listen to music, meditate, anything that connects you to yourself first.
So you prioritize your own state of being before letting the online world rush in. That's powerful.
It really can be. And don't underestimate the power of taking actual breaks, like proper time off.
Digital detox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even just for a day or a weekend. See how it feels, notice what changes. People often report feeling calmer, sleeping better, enjoying offline stuff more.
Okay. And there was that concept you mentioned, digital self-respect. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I like that too. It's about pausing before you hit post. Asking yourself a few key questions.
Like what?
Like, does this post genuinely reflect me, my values? What's my real intention here? Is it connection, or am I just looking for attention for validation?
Checking your motives.
And maybe the most important one, am I okay if this gets 0 likes? Am I okay with whatever response comes or doesn't come?
Wow. That really forces you to detach your self-worth from the outcome. Those are really good questions.
They help you become a more mindful participant, not just a reactor.
Okay, so we're managing the input, setting boundaries, but what about building up that internal sense of worth so we're less reliant on the external stuff, like likes?
Great question. And the episode offers tangible ways to do that too. One idea is keeping a self-worth journal.
What do you put in it?
Simple stuff, like every day, write down maybe 3 things you genuinely like or appreciate about yourself. Not achievements, just qualities.
Focusing inward, building yourself up from the inside. I like that.
Yeah. And crucially, prioritize real-world connection. Spend quality time offline with people who support you, who you feel good around.
That sounds essential, nurturing those real bonds.
Absolutely. They're a much more stable source of belonging. Also, make a point of acknowledging your own accomplishments, even small ones.
Things that don't need an Instagram post to be real.
Exactly. Recognize their value for you regardless of external praise. Celebrate your own progress.
And hobbies. Doing things just for fun.
Yes. Engage in hobbies just for the sheer joy or self-expression they bring, not because they'll make good content.
Reclaiming activities for yourself.
Right. And finally, even small bits of mindfulness, just 5 minutes a day maybe, being present, it helps ground you, pulls you out of that comparison trap.
The core message seems to be, your value isn't tied to your online profile.
Precisely. Your offline self is inherently valuable.
The Inner Light episode also shared some specific affirmations, didn't it, for building digital confidence?
It did. These are like little mental tools, mantras you can use to challenge those negative thoughts that pop up around social media.
Okay, give us some examples.
Sure. One is, I am more than my likes and followers.
Simple, powerful, good reminder.
Another, my life doesn't need a filter to matter.
Ooh, I like that one. Embracing the realness.
Yep. Then there's, I can disconnect and still be connected to what matters.
That tackles the FOMO, the feeling you'll miss out if you log off.
Exactly. And I don't have to compare to feel confident.
Directly addressing that comparison habit. Nice.
And the last one they shared was, I choose peace over pressure.
That really sums up the whole shift, doesn't it? Choosing your own well-being.
It really does. And, the episode makes a really important point. Feeling this pressure, it's not a weakness.
It's just a really common thing in our world today.
Totally normal human experience in this digital age.
And this is the empowering part. You can change your relationship with it. You have that power.
Absolutely. You have agency. It's not about totally quitting social media unless you want to, but about making conscious choices.
Choosing your inner peace, your well-being, over the constant noise and demands of the feed.
That's the heart of it. Protecting your mental space.
So, maybe something for you to think about after this. What's one small step, just one thing you could do today, to start cultivating your own inner light? To define your worth on your own terms, way beyond likes and followers.
Yeah. What does that look like for you? Definitely something worth considering.